All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 11/11 sale. Doesn't seem to be a huge amount of stuff that's jumping out to me in terms of great value, but anyway, we'll take a look at a bunch of products. We've got about 30-40 tabs open. Just a quick rundown. The more you spend, the more you save. Just for a reference, the US dollar is about a 2/3 of this, so that would be $40. So yeah, spend 60, save 8, so on and so forth. I don't think anybody's really going to be spending $450, but you know, spend $150, get $20 off. Pretty good. So this is the home page. Anyway, let's go to our first tab. Whoa, second tab. Boom. All right. Now this minnow, the Hunt House artistic minnow, I've got this in this color and the action is super nice. Definitely recommend this if you're looking for a minnow crankbait. Comes in at $5 after the 11/11 sale. Comes in both 70 mil and 80 mil. Virtually the same price. Really good. Action is awesome. Highly recommend that one. Next product, Surinoya Elf Eging. Had this rod for, I don't know, 18 months at least. Great rod, and it's a great price as well. $7.50 or $7.40 for shipping. But look at the price, $121. So it comes down to under 130 Australian dollars. And it's a great long rod, 7'5" ultralight. It doesn't have the 8-foot version for this cheap. I have the 8-foot version, but I think the 7-foot version might be sort of like a little bit more ergonomical in terms of, you know, the butt length and the casting and all that. I don't know. I find the 8-foot a little bit awkward to cast in a way, if that makes any sense. But yeah, great rod. Ace Hawk AG Venom, very first BFS rod that I bought, $60. Definitely a great first rod. It comes in spinning and casting, 5'6" and 7-foot 3-piece. Definitely a great rod, and yeah, highly recommend that. Slower action rod. Boom, and take a look at this third tab here. Now these are super handy for measuring, you know, spool diameters or bearings or shims if you need to buy spare parts for your reels. These are super handy just to, you know, obviously measure the size of your bearings or whatnot. And look, $2.30, man, that's an absolute steal. I believe that's just a manual one there, but if you want the LCD screen, I believe I got this one. You know, $4.72, that's nothing. It's a cup of coffee. Awesome. Definitely recommend having one of those on hand. Third tab, what do we got here? Nothing. Now, Lewis Star Sigma. I do have this rod. Had it for, maybe this was the second or third rod I ever bought, around about 2 years ago. How's this? Before it says it wasn't available in my country when I opened these tabs last night. But now it is $2.99 shipping, and this is coming in at $44. This is an unreal deal, man. I might get another one. This is an awesome little rod. Wow, it comes in a 7'3". Oh man, I'm so buying that, 110%. But I have the shorter wow, 7 foot. This is fantastic. These are actually longer versions. I didn't even know they had longer versions, but man, this is awesome. Man, I'm definitely going to grab one of these, especially for that price. That's insane. I think I bought it for about 100 and, I don't know, between 100 and 150, maybe 120, something like that. Awesome rod. I've got, well, I don't think the 7'3" version is going to have this style of handle, but the 4'6" version that I have for trout stream fishing, yeah, it's definitely got that kind of handle. But yeah, I definitely got to come back to this one. Definitely a nice rod. Looks very sick as well. This braid here, this 13X braid, just bought this around about 2 weeks ago. Have been using it in the past 2 weeks, and I can say, yeah, definitely, you know, just short-term impressions, recommend it. Especially the cool color. It's a really nice alternative to the Varvis Trout Finesse X4, I believe that's what it's called. $10. I mean, it's not the cheapest braid on AliExpress, but definitely really nice. Now, the Kingdom Micro Monster Pro. Now the Micro Monster is a super solid reel. I don't have the Micro Monster Pro, but that's coming in at $92, so definitely a good price there. Don't really have any experience with this reel at all, but from what I heard, all positive feedback, and the purple color looks absolutely sick. Next tab, this Tellison neck mount. Now this was the first neck mount that I started with when filming my fishing. Comes down to $22.60. This neck mount is probably the most comfortable, and unless you have the Ulanzi accessories, I have a Ulanzi neck mount now. Yeah, this would be my #1 option for a neck mount to film your fishing, and that's a really good value price. I think usually, I reckon they were $35 last year, so definitely worth a look. And yeah, there's some other versions here that come with various mounts for phones and whatnot, but yeah, that's a very nice neck mount. Now I've been using these weights here for a sort of like a free rig, just like it's pictured here. So if you want to throw a smaller bait, especially, you know, saltwater or deeper water, and but you do need that extra weight that you sort of can't put a jig head on, that's where these come in handy for me personally. Because if you want to run it weedless, you know, you can use any hook size you want for your particular bait, but then you can put on any weight you want. So yeah, it comes in handy, especially in salt water. And man, $2.70, it's really good value. Next tab, here are some drop shot weights. All of the links of these products will be in the description box below, but man, $2.25, really good. These are high quality drop shot weights, and yeah, these are lead. Does it say how many there is in each package? I think they're depending on the size of them, but you know, you get sort of like 5 or something like that. It's pretty good value. Next tab, now I did buy some of these because they were super cheap, $3.40. Bought them, I don't know, a few months ago in this color here actually, and they're nice. They're a very small 2-inch minnow. Yeah, they kind of pull apart kind of easily, so if you have fish that like to bite tails off, they get bitten up pretty easily. But for 50 pieces, they got this, you know, 3.5 centimeter, which is just a little bit under 2-inch. 5 centimeters, about 2-inch. A nice ultralight bait. Next tab, Surinoya Lanius. Now I do have this reel in the, do I have the 1500S? No, I got the 800 size. And you know, it's a super smooth reel. I actually haven't used it for quite a while, and then went back to it a couple of weeks ago, and then I'm just like, damn, this is so smooth. I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, and it comes in at $96, so that's around a little bit over 60. Plus, you know, you've got the discount for spending over $80, I believe it was. You get a little bit of a bump there. So Surinoya Lanius, if you're looking for an ultralight spinning reel that's high quality, definitely get this one. And it comes with this really cool reel stand here, which is a nice addition. Now the Pure Lure Groupler, I do have this in the 7'6" model. Obviously here, a whole bunch of different models. For some reason they have some of the Fiamma mixed up in here, but yeah, I have the 7'6" Groupler. Sale coming soon. It doesn't reveal the price. That's interesting, but assuming it's cheaper than $90. Really good rod for this type of casting weight. What have I got? I got the 762M, which is a 5 to 25 gram casting weight. So if you're looking, you know, for say saltwater or throwing some bigger hard bodies into some open water, this is a really nice rod. Probably out of any of the rods I have, I'd say this is the most comfortable to cast. This particular like monocoque triangular butt section here, it's a really good length. It's, you know, good ergonomics, and really comfortable. I really like this rod, and I'm looking forward to using it more and more over the next few months as it's summer down here in the Southern Hemisphere. Next one is my favorite rod. It is the Pure Lure Zero, which just check what models. I've got all the models here. I have the 7'6" light casting model, and it's definitely my favorite combo. I think ever since I've got it, bought more rods since then, but still I think this is my favorite combo for a couple of reasons. The versatility, it's, you know, you could cast 1 gram on it if you really wanted to, and it also goes up to 12 grams. I haven't dared to cast heavier than that, but yeah, it's a very fast action. The bottom half of it's very stiff, great sensitivity. Really love this rod. And you know, if I was to have only pick one rod, I would pick this rod, just based on the, you know, the versatility in the casting weight, and the sensitivity and everything like that. It's a terrific rod. Next tab, we got some Chab weights from Supercontinent. These are good value for money. If you don't know what a Chab rig is, basically you can run a weedless plastic with one of these Chab weights, and it's sort of like a Ned rig on steroids. So if you want to run a soft plastic on the bottom, you want to just, you know, hop it along the bottom, drag it along the bottom, this offers a little bit more versatility in terms of being able to mix up the hook and the weight combinations, and also because the hook or the lure will pivot on here, you know, it would give a little bit more action to the lure as well. So if you haven't tried Chab weights, definitely get onto some Chab weights. And these ones here, I believe, are a little bit cheaper. I don't particularly love lead Chab weights because they're a little bit bulky when you get into those bigger sizes, like say 3-4 grams. They're a little bit on the bulky side. So tungsten can be better because it's more of a dense metal. It's a little bit smaller profile, but lead Chab weights offer very good value for money. Next tab here, we've got the Semrio. What are they calling this? I do have one of these, the Macans, Semrio Macans. Basically, they are a 4 or 5 piece rod, depending on what length you get. I have both the 2.1 and 2.4 meters in spinning and casting, and it's just a really good value for money rod. If you're looking for something, you know, that's a little bit, it's definitely not a BFS rod, but if you're looking for something a little bit on the heavier side, I believe this is we'll see if we got the casting weight down here. Show more. Where is it? It can't be under here. It is right here. View more. Boom. Let's see, we got the 4 pieces. It's a nice looking rod, comfortable to hold. I have 3 of them. I got a 7 and a couple of 8s. So I got a spinning and a casting in the 8, and it's definitely not a cheap looking or feeling rod. It feels quite nice in quality. Here we go. We got the casting weights here, 4 to 21 grams. So really versatile, sort of medium action rod, medium power rod. I made the mistake myself. I said medium action. I sometimes flame people for saying that, and it just slipped out. But yeah, it's I'd say it's a moderate action, medium power rod, and it's quite a nice looking, classic looking rod with that green and gold detail. All right, next tab. We're about halfway through now. The Hunt House, what is it called again? Ooh, it's got a name. It escapes me. But these Hunt House rods, look, this is going to be $33.80 on the sale, but you got that $24 shipping, so it's, you know, around about, it's under $60. It's definitely a high quality rod. Now this is an extra ultralight rod. Take a look here. We'll try and find the spec sheet. I think it's worth talking about. Very high quality finish, very nice cork, the handle, everything about it is nice, high quality. Have a look at the models here. There's both spinning and casting. I have the 6-1 casting rod, which I kind of half regret buying that. I kind of wish I bought the shorter version, but I think it's still a terrific rod. Yeah, this one right here, actually, the 0.2 to 0.8 grams model, definitely an extra ultralight rod. So if you're throwing real small stuff, then this would be the rod for you. But if you're not throwing a lot of small stuff, I would definitely stay away from this extra ultralight model. It's definitely very ultralight. But there's this 0.8 to 6 gram model, which would be terrific. And I have a colleague that has one of those and he loves it. It's the Pure List. Yeah, it's basically a knockoff of the Daiwa Pure List, both in the name and the aesthetics. All right, this Spin Polar creature bait here, Agile Shrimp, definitely a favorite amongst some people. I really love this color here. I do have these myself. 20 per box, $4, free shipping, absolute bargain. So if you're looking for a nice little creature bait, then they are definitely a go-to. Okay, Pure Lure Silver Feather Air. Now, this is a great reel. I can't really fault it. Casts great, very high quality workmanship. You know, the quality control, absolutely zero issues at all. Absolutely terrific reel. What do they got? They've only got right hand, good for me. Don't know if it's good for you, but they've got both the 7.5 and 8.5 gear ratio models, which is good and does not reveal the price. I believe maybe it did yesterday, I don't know, but even at $126, that's good. The sort of like normal price that it floats around is around about that 145 mark. I think that's what I paid for it. Maybe last year's 11/11 sale, it might have been 145 and it was down from 170 from memory. So 126 is pretty good. Plus, obviously, going to save a few bucks extra when you combine it with those coupons. Next tab, what do we got here? Got the Pure Lure Creek Dance, another classic rod. Been out quite a while, a favorite amongst a lot of BFS anglers. What do we got here? The 5.1 spinning in the light version. I've got the 5.1 light version in the 4-piece, in the casting, and I've got the, what is this here? The 6-foot 4-piece. Is this a 4-piece? Yeah, the 3 4-piece versions. Have a look at the price. It's going to come to $65. If you're looking for a travel rod, definitely a great travel rod. It's a little bit of a slower action rod. I think this light version, it's a little bit more towards the ultralight side, I would say, compared to other light rods. What's the casting weight on this? 2 to 5 grams. Yeah, I'd say you could cast a gram on this, and you could probably cast 6 grams on it, but it probably wouldn't be optimal. Probably that 2 to 3 gram mark would be about the optimal weight to cast on this rod. But yeah, super nice finish. We got any pictures here? Let's take a look here for those that haven't seen it. Really nice rod. It's actually got the same blank color as that Pure Lure Sigma I showed earlier. That's one of the first rods that I showed. Got all the rods here. Let's see. We've got some. Yeah, see, it's a super nice looking rod. This, I think it's real wood. Cork is really nice quality. It's a beautiful looking rod, and you can sort of see that effect on the blank there. Looks really cool. And next tab, what do we got? Now I believe we've got a couple of these in amongst the tabs. Now, if you are a squid fisherman, these are really nice. These are basically just hook covers that act like a peg. You know, slip them over the barb, and it comes with these carabiners. So you can see here, get a bunch of carabiners and a bunch of the covers for $3.60. So 9 pieces, $3.60. That's really crazy. And these ones are a little bit larger, I believe. We've got the medium and the large. So probably for your number 1.8 eggies, squid jigs, that will probably be okay. But probably for the 2.5s and up, I'd just get the large ones anyway, just to cover all bases. But man, $3.75, it's really good. And I don't know if you're like me, sometimes you're fishing soft plastics in the salt water and you eyeball a squid. So these are really handy. You can just have it on your, attached to your tackle bag or, your belt or whatever, and just boom, whack, get one out. You don't need to, look through your bag, just boom, get one out, and away you go. Great offer there. Pure Lure Kingdom Stream King. Now I do have this in the 1.53, no, the 1.39 casting, which is about 4.6, I believe. Really good value, $42, free shipping. If you're looking for a trout stream rod, and especially, you know, a 3-piece that you could put into a bigger backpack or, you know, attach to the side of your backpack, definitely good value. We'll see if we can have a look here at the finish. The wood definitely has a texture to it, seems very high quality. Definitely a sort of diamond in the rough kind of rod at that $42 price mark. And yeah, this rod seems to have come down a little bit in price over the last few months, and this is the lowest I've ever seen it, and I paid a little bit more for it, maybe 60, but yeah, this is just crazy good value. Next tab is the classic, the 50 mil Supercontinent minnow. Now this had been my #1 confidence bait for a very long time. Got some great colors here. This color is nice for perch. This color is nice in the saltwater. There's a ton of colors. This one's really good too, actually. As you can see, man, $2.50. Go grab yourself some packs. Grab yourself a bunch of different Supercontinent packs. They're probably my favorite soft plastic brand in terms of value for money. So you get, you know, 20 pieces. It's awesome value. Highly recommend those. I've got maybe like 50 packs of Supercontinent plastics. Don't tell my wife that, but yeah, here we go. We got these other clips. This is a sort of, I don't know, more higher quality alternative to the last ones we saw. So you only get 6 pieces here, but they've all got their individual carabiners, and they kind of look a bit more premium, I reckon. This one, not a huge fan of the pink, but this one's pretty cool. This is what I would buy. Again, $4.30, super good value, definitely worth buying, hooking onto the bag. Next tab. Now, I don't have experience with this particular rod, but I do have another Fishka rod. What was that one called? That one was the knockoff of the, God, it's escaping me. It was called the Beauty Foo, I believe. But yeah, if this is the same quality as that rod, under $10, this is crazy. So this is not really a BFS rod, 5 to 25 grams, heavier rod, but check this out. You can get a 2.4 meter casting rod. What would I get? I'd get probably, in these longer lengths, I kind of prefer spinning, like under $15 Australian. That's like $10 US. This is crazy. This probably is the value pick of anything so far in this sale. Let's have a look at some of the specs here. Let's see if we can have a look at the spec sheet. I think it's worth taking a little bit of a look. Fuji guides, well, I suspect probably, even though that's not the same rod, but if there is a Fuji guide, I don't think they would be. But this rod is very similar. Reminds me a lot of the Mavlos Resolute. I think the Resolute has this same cap, and this, you could almost say this is a knockoff of the Mavlos Resolute, to be honest. So, you know, the guide count isn't that great. Bait casting, 8 guides on this super long model. What do we got? 6 guides? Are you serious? That's not too great. I'd stick away from the casting version on these. I'd have a look at the spinning if that's what you're into. But yeah, it's got to be a very high on my list of value for money deals on the 11/11 sale. All right, I don't have the Pure Lure Seabed. This is a longer rod, more like a surf rod or a shore sea rod, saltwater rod. It's got some 9-foot medium light. Comes down to $132. I trust Pure Lure. The quality will be there. That's sort of something I'd sort of look into if you're looking for a longer rod. Don't have any experience with it, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. But I thought that was interesting. Now, for those with inflatable kayaks like myself, $13 for this. So this base here adheres to the inflatable kayak, and obviously it's a rod holder. We save a little bit of money. What the $53 if you buy 2 of them? Doesn't make sense. This is for the base only. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if I recommend this. That price is not too dissimilar to what you would pay in store for one of these. So let's just scrap this as an idea. We'll get rid of that tab. See you later. I don't think that's good value. Now, this High Star Verdant spinning reel, 800 size spinning reel, ultralight spinning reel, comes in at $30 on sale, free shipping. Yeah, I personally don't have any experience with this reel, but Ricardo has, and he says it's okay, so I trust his opinion. And $30, that's just crazy cheap. So there is that one. Next tab. Okay, another Semrio rod. This is another great value rod, $18. It comes in, 5-foot casting. Is that one a little bit cheaper? That one's a little bit more expensive. The spinning, let's just take a quick boom. 1809, 1809, 1809, 1950. So the 5/6 spinning is a bit more expensive, and the 5-foot casting is a bit more expensive. So they must be the more popular models or something. But 5'6" ultralight, $18. It's, man, these Semrio rods are really nice. Look at the color, very sick. And they've also got matching rods and reels, but I don't know if I'd particularly recommend those. But a really nice looking rod, and especially for your first BFS rod or ultralight spinning rod, yeah, definitely wouldn't hesitate to buy one of these. Yeah, pretty good value if you ask me. Next tab, these Kingdom rod protectors. Now I do have a Pure Lure one, and it looks like it is the same rod protector, because the Pure Lure one is just like that, but it's got a Pure Lure logo. Now it's good. I have a few different brands of these styles of cover, but this one is definitely the best. $11, 20, so that's like $7 US, whatever. Really good. Now the base here is high quality. It's got like a neoprene underneath, and then this sort of like rubberized coating here with a logo. The tip section here, it has a rod, see, carbon stick. It's got a rod to make the tip section a bit more rigid. So with these straps, you can basically keep the rod. Let's see if it's got a picture here. You can keep the reel on the rod. You can, even keep the line. You can keep your lure all rigged up on the rod and be able to strap it together, without having to, cut off your lure and, pull in the line and take the reel off and all that type of thing. So these are super convenient, if just to have in your car or carry around a second rod, whatever. I highly recommend these, and $11, definitely a good investment to protect your rod. Last few tabs here. These are the Super Continent hooks that I use for my, 2.5, 3 inch soft plastics when I'm running that like a Chab rig, like we showed before, or a Texas rig, so we can run them weedlessly. Now these are the hook sizes here. Yeah, you can see the number 2 is good for a 2.5 sort of inch plastic. Number 4 for something like 2 inches and below. And yeah, how many pieces do you get here? 20 pieces for under $4, which would be around $3 US, less than that, about $2.50. Really great value. Grab some of those to pair them up with your Chab weights and your Super Continent plastics. Last couple of tabs here. Now, the High Star GIU. Now, we'll double check these prices here. I've got the Silver 99 model, $83, and the Red Dragon edition, $80. Good price points. Let's see, they got left and right-handed. If you're looking at grabbing one of these reels, now would be the time to do it. Price is definitely good. Is it the best reel on the market? No. For this price, maybe I'd... they cast light baits very well, and the brakes are really good. But, they do not feel perfectly smooth, and sort of feel... kind of has a bit of a cheap feeling, but is that because it's so lightweight? I don't know, but they're still definitely good reels. At say $86, I'd probably say, yeah, that's worth it. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. I've got review videos on those with my opinions, so but they're at a cheap price, so I thought I would include them. What do we got here for the last thing? The Kingdom Microfly braid. Now, these are super cheap braids. Comes in white, pink, and green. 100-meter spools. What do we got here? So 100-meter spool of 0.4. If I was throwing BFS, I'd be grabbing some 0.6 or 0.8. What do we got? Where's the 0.8? Don't have any 0.8 in the... It only goes up to 0.6. Yeah, it does. 0.6 is what I'd recommend anyway for BFS applications, which is about, I don't know, 12 pounds, breaking strain, something like that. And, you know, $5, crazy. Just buy a bunch of them, have them on hand, because you'll become a real addict and you'll want a bunch of line to whack on it. So that is about it. Let's take a quick look at some other products that catch my eye down here. We'll open this in a new tab, go back, and we'll open this bad boy in a new tab. All right, Pure Lure Silver Feather Elite. It's coming down to $147. It's a very good price. I don't personally have experience with the Elite model, only the Air and the Exo models, but everyone, actually this is the Air model. Here we go. There's the Elite. That would have been very nice if the Elite was $147, but it's actually $160. Still a good price, left-hand, right-handed. Yeah, everybody that I know that has the Elite is kind of saying it's their favorite reel. Super high quality reel. You won't have any problems with quality control. They cast really good. The brakes are super nice. It's definitely, if this reel was in your budget for your first ever BFS reel, I'd definitely get one of these, especially, you know, saving some money and not getting a Shimano or Daiwa reel as your first reel. This one will outperform it, and it'll be just as smooth and everything like that. So definitely highly recommended. And anyway, the last thing we'll take a look at, the Pure Lure Exa, which is a non-Bluetooth version of the, it's a DC reel that doesn't have a Bluetooth capabilities where you can adjust braking in your phone app, but we don't need that. It's got two settings. It's got like a pro setting and a master setting or an advanced setting, something like that. You'll only need that master or advanced setting. And the braking is really good on this. A little bit of a heavier casting reel. I don't have experience casting like under 2 grams on this. You would have to check Pete from the BFS Fishing channel regarding that. I can't remember how light he has casted on this reel, but it's a little bit of a deeper spool. As you can see, there's the braking. We've got a picture of the spool here. No, we don't, but I do have an unboxing video on this, and I've casted up to 18 grams on this reel, and I mean, you can just, once you got the brake set, you can just rip a two-handed cast, absolutely no issues. You're not going to get a birdie. It's just a super user-friendly reel, and I have a few other reels that I sort of need to test, and once I get them out of the way, this one is going to be back to #1 in my rotation. And I think this is sort of like the best reel of 2024 to come out on AliExpress. $212, really good. I think maybe when it came out, it was more closer to that $300 mark. So you're gonna, you know, $212 plus you're gonna save a little bit more with those coupon codes. So definitely a reel I would check out. If this reel is in your budget, this is the reel to buy. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks a lot, and good luck shopping on the 11/11 sale. Catch you next time.